Shalom to my brothers and sisters walking in this truth. I am YAH'S fire. We are Bani Akal Esh, children of the consuming fire. Before we begin, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yah. We thank Him for His Holy Spirit, and we thank Him for Yeshua, our general and our King to come. I want to talk to you, brothers and sisters, about, it's a controversial, topic among Christians, I would say. But it's really not that controversial. It shouldn't be. We're talking about the Sabbath. Should you keep it or should you not keep it? But you know what? Let's jump right in and let's start at the book of Genesis, chapter 2. All right, let's go there real fast. Genesis, chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all of the host of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. So, God was the first to keep the Sabbath. Okay? Now let's go on to, where we going? Exodus 16. Exodus 16 and 23. Exodus 16 and 23. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning. Okay? That's Moses instructing the children of Israel to keep the Sabbath and to bake what you're going to bake and boil what you're going to boil for tomorrow, the Sabbath, right? Let's go on to chapter 20. I'm just going to show and point out one of the things that made me start keeping the Sabbath and understanding that it was important, all right? Chapter 20, verse 8. Let's start at 7. Let's start at 8. It's verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate. Right? We're going to move on to chapter 23. Chapter 23 and verse 12. Verse 12. Here's why the main purpose of keeping the Sabbath. It's not for any other real reason except for this. Right? Verse 12. Chapter 23 in Exodus, verse 12. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and on the seventh day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thy handmaid and the stranger may be refreshed. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods. I didn't mean to go that far, but the purpose of the Sabbath is to give rest to the people and to the animals. Now, I know a lot of people study and on the Sabbath, which I do too, but I don't go that hard because studying is work. Reading is work. So I try to follow what our ancestors did, where they got up early, went to the temple or the town square, whatever it was they were at, and they would listen to the Torah be read for a few hours on the Sabbath. All right? And then they would go back home and go on with their day, not working. Keep that in mind, not working, not cooking, not doing any of your daily business that you would do during the week. The Most High says, do all of that stuff during your 6 days. You got 6 days to carry out all your business, all your work. A lot of people, a lot of people believe, I don't follow this, but they believe the Sabbath starts on Friday evening. Well, Friday evening is the preparation for the Sabbath. Okay? And a lot of our brothers and sisters here, we work, right? You work Monday through Friday. And I know a lot of people they're concerned about it. Some people give up on the Sabbath because they feel like, I don't have time for that. I can't run home, clean my house, cook dinner after a hard day's work. Well, you have all Friday. Now, I know that is not what a lot of camps or other people believe, but I don't believe that the Sabbath starts on Friday. Okay? The Most High says for you to do all your work in 6 days. And on that last day, the seventh day, you do no work. And we know it's based off of work because he also instructs you not to have your animals working. They're not supposed to be out in the field plowing. They're not supposed to be being milked or whatever they were doing back then. But it was based off of you resting, your animals resting, your household resting, and not doing the same thing that you would do during the 6 days. So you have the preparation day, which doesn't make it the Sabbath. Your day starts in the morning. And I know people, go, oh, no, starts at evening. Another ridiculous concept. I've done a video where the day starts in the morning, and I pointed out chapter and verse where the Most High is constantly saying, I rose up early. I rose up early to meet you here to bring my message. I sent my prophets to you early. This whole thing has been made very complicated for people. I mean, the study, the reading of the Bible, all of that. When all you have to really do is ask the Most High to explain things, which to me clearly does in these books. It's not a very complicated thing. People have made this thing complicated. If the Most High tells you to work 6 days, 6 days. Your evening is not part of your day as far as it pertaining to you doing work. Okay? The night or the evening is for you to rest. It's over. It's done. Your day, your work day is done. When the sun comes up, get all your work done before the sun goes down. It's very simple. You prepare everything on Friday. Do all your cooking on Friday for Saturday, for Friday night and Saturday. It is not a 24-hour Sabbath. But let's go on. Where were we? We did 23 and verse 12. Let's go to chapter 31 in Exodus. 31 verse 13. 31, verse 13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doth sanctify you. Let's read on to 14. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. Two issues here. Again, the Most High says, to keep the Sabbath. And it is a sign between the Most High and you, the Most High and myself. If I'm keeping the Sabbath, that means I'm keeping the Most High's law. And it tells the Most High that this person is following me. That's why he says it's a sign between you and me. Throughout your generations. Throughout your generations means continually. Okay? In verse 16, he says, for a perpetual covenant. Throughout your generations, for a perpetual covenant. That means forever. I would love to ask preachers and pastors and reverends, when you see forever in the Bible said by the Most High, what does that word forever mean to you? Does it mean it's done away with, as Paul likes to tell people? I'm going to always harp on Paul's letters. You're going to always hear me say it because of this right here, where the Most High says, throughout your generations, not one generation, generations, and a perpetual, which means for a continuous time. It continues. And then he says, forever. What does that mean to anybody? Like, nothing has been done away with. And if anybody wants to challenge you on the, laws being done away, just bring them back to this stuff. Bring them back here and ask the question, what does forever mean to you? Because I know what it means to me. It means to keep doing it. It never stops. All right? Secondly, the Most High keeps talking about work. Work. It's the day of rest. It's like all the other days, but on this day, you don't do any of the things you did the previous days before, on the previous days. You just stop working, don't do anything. Rest. Refresh your mind, relax. Contemplate on the Most High. Contemplate on your life. But don't do any work, because that's a death penalty according to the Most High. See, these are the things that the people don't want to adhere to because they don't like the Most High's judgments. But the Most High's laws are good for people. It's good for us. Rest. Don't overwork people who work for you. I've heard where those people who claim to be the people of the book, they don't work, but they have their employees work. How does that happen? Most High says don't have anybody working. Don't have your manservant working on the Sabbath. But, so should you keep it or should you not? Well, it's a death penalty according to the Most High. So you're supposed to keep it. Let's go to 35, chapter 35 in book of Exodus, verse 1. Just want to point out how many times he keeps saying this. All right? Verse 1, and Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, these are the words which the Lord hath commanded that ye should do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. Meaning, don't put your stove on, don't cook any food, don't light any fire in your habitations. You're supposed to do all of that the day before, Friday, preparation day. And preparation day can go all the way up from 6 a.m. Friday until almost 6 a.m. Saturday. Your day is based off of you working. It's based off of you being up working. It's not a 24-hour thing. We're going to get to that also. All right? Let's jump over to Leviticus 19:3. Leviticus 19, verse 3. Ye shall fear every, hold on. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Fear, meaning honor your mother and father. Respect your mother and father. And then he puts to keep the Sabbath right next to that. Keep the Sabbath. Let's go to 23, verse 23 and 3. These are easy. These are easy to understand and see. It's not a debate. The Most High's laws are not up for a debate and a discussion. They're already written and it's over. Once he wrote them down, gave them to Moses, that's it. Nobody can come along and change them like, what's his name? Constantine, making the Sabbath a Sunday back in 321 AD. He changed it and Christians follow it and they follow him. They're following something called Sunday, the venerable day of sun worship, where they worship the sun and then made everybody under their rule not work, changed the Most High's laws. They did. Well, it's time for you to go back to the Most High's laws. Leviticus 23 and verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. That's it. Wherever you're at, keep the Sabbath. Just want to move quickly to show, saying what it is. It's not a whole bunch. And as a matter of fact, in Leviticus 23, all the feast days are there. We're going to do something on that too. These are the Most High's holy days. All of the feast days are Sabbath days as well. You do no work. The only 24-hour Sabbath is the Day of Atonement. Day of Atonement. Because he tells you to go from evening to evening, and he points it out. But that's the only time he does that. Why didn't he do that over in Exodus? Why didn't he say that over in Exodus? Where it's sun up to from evening to evening. Why not? He would have did that over there, but this is different. Day of Atonement is different. It's a feast day. I saw Geno Jennings just totally obliterate an explanation on the Sabbath, where he linked the Sabbath up to a feast day. Trying to discourage people from keeping it is what he was doing. Let's look at, matter of fact, let's look at that. All right. Hold on. Okay, let's go on to Leviticus 23, verse 24, where the Most High says, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath of memorial, of blowing of trumpets, Feast of Trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict yourselves, your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the soul will I destroy from among his people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at evening, from even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. That's the only time, brothers and sisters. It's the only time. It's not a 24-hour Sabbath. Why? Because it's based off of you not working on that day. Just that day. Remember, 6 days you work, but on this 7th day you do not work. Day of Atonement is a feast day. It's for you to afflict yourself. It's for you to feel sorrowful. It's for me to feel sorrowful before the Most High. Afflicting myself is feeling sorrowful. Fasting, praying, begging for the forgiveness of the Most High. And that's the only time that he calls for a 24-hour Sabbath. Your Sabbath does not start Friday night until Saturday night. That's a 24-hour Sabbath. And if that's the case, show me where else in the book where it's a 24-hour Sabbath. But I'll move on from there, because that's a very controversial, this is a controversial thing. But if you just read it, it's right in front of you. 6 days. 6 days, not 6 days and nights. The Most High divided the day for us. You get 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of night. No, when the sun is down. Or 8 or something like that, man. But the point is, it's based off of you resting from your work and nothing more. You don't go 24 hours. Okay, let's move to chapter 25. All right, this is the Jubilees, where the land rests, but it's called a Sabbath, right? It's called a Sabbath. Let's look at Leviticus 25, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field, nor prune thy vineyard. But again, this is based off of, doing manual work and letting the land rest. 6 years you can do all of that, but on the 7th year, you leave the land to rest. All right? So that's all I'm going to give right now, because I don't really think it's a lot to discuss. People are making things more difficult than they have to be, and the Most High didn't make it that way. 6 days you work. That's all you have to remember. 6 days you work. On the 7th day, don't do any work. Don't do any work. All right? But as a matter of fact, where is that? No, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. But if you ask me what I do on Saturday morning, I get up, pray to the Most High. I may put together a video, because that's my work and my worship also for the Most High. But I don't do the whole day of work. I don't do the whole day of reading. Reading can be it's a lot. It's work. You know what I'm saying? So I'll watch videos of the other teachers out there. I do my own reading. I do, like I said, I'll do a video, put together a video because I enjoy that. I enjoy the work, reading about the Most High. So it's kind of not work for me. But the Most High is talking about manual work. If not, why include the animals in the Sabbath? You understand what I'm saying? Why include the animals? They're not praying. Well, I'm not going to say that because who knows how the animals pray. But if the Most High is giving them a break from the work, then it's based off of work. And it's based off a regular day, but it's not a regular day. It's a Sabbath day. You don't do any work. To prepare your stuff Friday night, all the way up until, I don't care, midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning. But before the sun comes up, that's all. You have time to do it. A lot of these camps, man, a lot of these religious people, organizations, nope. Friday night. And here's the question. How much Sabbathing are you doing if your Sabbath starts at night? How much Sabbathing are you doing? Because a lot of us go to work. And then by the time we get home from work, it's dinner time. It's over. The day's over. You want to rest. You want to lay down. And what are you going to do? How do you keep the Sabbath on a Friday night? Studying? Or are you going to go to sleep in a couple of hours after work? You want to rest. You want to get a shower or whatever it is. But Saturday morning, you can listen to a video. You can watch a video. You can do a few hours of studying. And then take a break. Rest. That's what the Most High gave it to us for. That's why Yeshua said, the Sabbath is not Lord over me. I'm Lord over the Sabbath. Sabbath was made, the man wasn't made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for man. So with that, brothers and sisters, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yah. We thank him for his Holy Spirit. We thank him for Yeshua, our general and our king to come. And we say, Shalom to you.